hope you're not too busy to listen to our stories. We hope you like them all and you don't find them boring. And are you shitting me? Blah!
So are you have to wait, Mary? Like, go ahead and just pull out. We'll get going.
So are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Oh.
So me and Jason are in the back seat because we've been drinking and I couldn't drive.
We don't drink. Bullshit.
I want to talk about. So what is this going to be? This like episode 10?
Oh.
And then Scott's episode will be episode
Feels
11.
like we should be on like episode 20 by now.
I know.
But we've had so many hiccups and.
I know. We recorded a lot.
Oh,
we recorded a lot this weekend. But anyhow, I really wanted to talk about how fun of a weekend we just had.
Well, you know, it's been a fucking blast, dude. like seriously, you guys gonna see all kinds of different little videos.
We turned the AC on, man. We roll that window up, man.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
yeah. We
what
turned
are
the AC
you,
on.
fucking 12? God damn it!
So the what we wanted to, at least I wanted to talk about was just the weekend in itself. And thank Scott and Lee for taking us everywhere. I mean, you guys, the breakfast was amazing. Everything, everywhere they took us this weekend was amazing, I thought.
What was funny is this whole time I never mentioned anything about her height or anything, and then right towards the end I was like, well, how fucking tall are you?
Dude,
you're a fucking midget. And she flipped me off. It's like, fuck you.
She's short.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Really friendly. That was,
yeah,
I just gotta
dude,
explain like how friendly they are.
Right.
What a good time we had. I was just really excited about it. We went to Slide Rock.
Well, yeah, just on the way out right now.
Yeah, we just
on a whim. We're like,
let's pull in there.
Pull in here. It's like 5 minutes. We were fucking in there, did our thing.
Left. You slipped and hit your head.
Yeah, I may have a concussion right now. I don't know.
I hope not.
They call it Slide Rock for a fucking reason.
For a reason. And remember when we were walking out, some kid slid and like got all, he like hit his head.
Right, and I talked to that park ranger.
Oh yeah, she seemed friendly.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like as I was hiding the booze.
Yeah, you remember you were like, here's a good place to stop and take a shot, and that park ranger come walking out of the shrubbery like.
There's like no glass bottles allowed in there.
So yeah, I mean, I was really, I've had the best weekend of my life. One of them easily. It's probably been one of the best weekends I've ever had.
I'll never forget this unless I do have a concussion.
And you'll forget it all.
I'll forget everything.
You know what I wanted? I really, since we tried really hard to have this conversation multiple times on this trip, but we never really actually got to do it. And that was on my last day of work when I was leaving. There was a guy at work that was talking about Disneyland deaths.
Okay.
So like deaths that happen at Disneyland, and
it's got to be thousands.
You would think it would be like a lengthy list, but the only ones that I found, like, because he was talking about some crazy ones where like a class of children were crushed underneath a fake whale tail from the Pinocchio set. I couldn't find that one online. But what he was saying was pretty interesting about. I didn't know that if you were to die, if like the people that play Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, should they pass away while they're in uniform, that's where they stay until their autopsy.
That's fucking inhumane,
dude.
Man.
Right?
Like,
Can you imagine? It just seems like such an unhonorable death.
People just walking by, kicking them.
Right.
All right.
I think it's like some of like the most dishonorable deaths I can think of. Or like, can you imagine dying in a stampede like a Black Friday? For like, you know, like the big sales or like.
Oh yeah.
What a horrible death.
You'd make the news for sure.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's a horrible death.
I mean, like, you think,
famous. Yeah, everyone, like, you think about the honorable deaths of people like storm battlefields and have sacrificed themselves. And then, how'd your grandpa die? Well, he was.
It was this Black Friday in 19 fucking
whatever.
1999.
Trampled to death for a flat screen TV. But So I got home. When I got home, he actually did get me thinking, like, how many deaths have there really been at Disneyland? So the one that I looked up, and it is actually like on Yahoo and multiple different sources, was a death.
So you've done your research.
A little bit. I mean, I didn't sit there all night. I sat there for a while because it was
Longer than I would have.
yeah. Interesting was there was a family of 4 that flew from Brooklyn to Anaheim, California in 1979, and they had 2 brothers, Dorian and Ogden Delaroy. So one was 16, one was 10, and so it was 2 kids and the mom and the dad. And then while they were there, they were staying. The kids noticed. So there's like this man-made river that kind of peninsula offs a piece of land there at Disneyland, and it's called the Rivers of America. So it's so each portion of this man-made river is designated to like different. They kind of like reenact.
So you're just going port to port.
Yeah, well but what they do is they make each
like a dirty sailor.
Like a dirty sailor. So they go through like the swamps of the South and the Colorado. So they just kind of warden off these parts of the river for this. And I want to say it was like the Huckleberry Finn Adventures.
Like the
Huck Finn, the Huck Finn Adventures. Well, these kids were there on this island, and they thought to themselves, like, what if we just stowed away on this island, and once the doors closed, like, so they hid, they jumped the fence and they hid. Once the doors closed, we'll swim across the water back to the mainland of Disneyland, and we'll...
Which island do you think they stowed on?
It was the Huckleberry Finn, the Adventure Island, I guess. I guess that's what it's called.
I'm imagining a lot of islands.
No, there's only one primary island.
Okay.
And then the river kind of, like I said, it loops around it, from what I understand.
All right.
And so these kids, they cook up this plan, and they say, we're going to swim across the water at night. Well, the younger brother, Dorian, can't swim. So the older brother...
Already, this plan has lots of flaws.
Right out the gate. It's a bad idea. But they said, like, the older brother convinces the younger brother, we'll just get on my back, and I'll swim across the water, and we'll get onto the other side, and we'll have Disneyland all to ourselves. No, but nobody... I don't know what the plan was after that, to, like, maybe try and, like...
You ever tried swimming with someone on your back?
Never. It seems like a bad idea, especially at Disneyland.
My kids were raised in the water. They were always climbing on your back when you're in the fucking water.
Oh, yeah, even like, I get what you're saying. Even like a smaller child. Not
right.
But to have like a 10-year-old boy on your back, middle of the night. So I guess Ogden, halfway across the river, got exhausted, and he drowned. The younger brother, Dorian, was able to doggy paddle to...
He could have probably doggy paddled.
The whole way.
Right.
He'd probably save both their lives.
Right. Fucking asshole.
Well, he does. I know.
He's dead.
I wonder where he is now.
Yeah.
I wonder how he would tell the story.
You know what? I want to meet this guy.
I wonder if he's even alive. I wonder if he probably doesn't remember the event.
I'm sure he remembers.
Well, but like not the way that it happened.
Right. It'd be like,
you know, that kind of guilt you carry with yourself.
Right. So I mean, stories do change over time.
Right.
And they do.
Right.
They fucking do, man. It's just so crazy how that happens. Like,
listen, I mean, even when I think about things, like things change from year to year. So this is like 1979. So this kid was 10. So like at this, if he's still alive now, the story's probably changed so many times.
He's like 43 now.
He's gotten, he's probably like closer to 50. But I don't even know if that math's correct. But,
I'm pretty right.
You're pretty great.
I'm pretty right.
You're doing booze math.
Yeah. 43.
But I don't know.
He was 10, 89.
79.
Oh, 79.
Right. So that's he's probably closer to 50.
53.
53. So so what happened was the younger brother was recovered, and then he was taken. LAPD drug him out of the water, and then they found Ogden's body the following morning, brushed up against some fake rocks, from what I read. And they asked the mom and dad, and this when I was reading the story the whole time, I'm thinking, well, where the hell's mom and dad? Like, how are you going to leave the park without your
They
kids.
had a knock on their door, like at the hotel. Like,
Right.
hey,
You know where your kids are? You guys are from Brooklyn,
you
New
got
York.
a dead kid here.
Well, yeah, you're from Brooklyn, New York. How do you not know that your kids aren't with you? How do you not know? So
Who knows that whole
the whole story, right? It's got to be.
man.
Who knows actually the actual
Man.
dynamics of the whole story? But they asked the mom if she was going to sue Disneyland, and her response was no. It was my boy's fault, which I thought was very admirable. Like I
Right.
thought, like
Right.
good on them, because at this point, like, you know how many bozos out there are purposely tripping and slipping on stuff in Disneyland, hoping to get a payday.
Yeah, man. I'll slip on some PP anytime.
PP money.
Money. I'm always trying,
I'm always trying to find.
but I'm always failing.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me, man? I can't.
Got to get better at it.
I could slip and fall and fucking slide rock,
But you
but I
can't
can't
do it at
fucking Walmart.
So, the other story I read, so the second death I read about was about a woman named Dolly Young. And she was like in her 40s, and this is like 84.
So she wasn't that young.
She was 40. I want to say, yeah, she wasn't that young. I'm almost 40. I'm not that young. Dolly Young. So, there's a ride there called like this toboggan sled on Magic Mountain.
Toboggan.
Yeah, so you get on you like strap yourself into this toboggan. And it's like a rail system, and you kind of pass these other toboggans going in the opposite direction, and it's, you know, from what I read, it's been so long since I've been to Disneyland.
Like to see some old video.
Right.
Of that ride.
The actual ride itself.
Right.
So like somewhere
Sure,
along
it doesn't. I'm sure it's no longer
in
like
this condition
that,
it was
yeah.
when she died.
Technology's better now.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine. Well,
People
with virtual
die.
reality, they're gonna probably change
When
everything.
people die now, they die hard.
People die. The death of that woman, it's horrible.
Well, tell me the story.
Well, she was ejected from her toboggan. They don't know if it was suicide. Everything I could read about it, from what I understand, her seatbelt wasn't fastened. So, like, it ejected her from this toboggan.
So they haven't claimed it as a suicide.
No,
or
they haven't.
fucking
No,
accident?
it was still. I think it's still an accident at this point.
Okay.
And what happened?
Yeah, I mean, why would you suicide off a goddamn?
If you're gonna, yeah,
You know what I mean?
It doesn't seem like the
Like,
place
it doesn't seem like your probability of success would be
pretty high.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
But so the opposing toboggan hit her. She was ejected from the toboggan. They found out later that she didn't have her seatbelt on, or it came off, and then the opposing toboggan hit her, and it took her head off clean. Whoosh.
Awesome. Dude, whoa. If you're going, man, that's got to be
the way to go. I would assume that this would. I mean,
yeah, but how clean could it have been?
Clean enough to take her head off, and I think, like, for the people, can you imagine being the guy on the opposing toboggan?
Right, like, did it land in his fucking seat?
Right.
Or...
What would you do if a fucking human head falls in your lap on the best day of your life in the most tragical place on earth on this day?
Right. Bloop,
right. What do you do? Well, you volley it behind you and then back to the
Yeah. Everybody
caboose?
gets a piece now.
Or
We're all in this now. It's your turn.
Or would you braveheart it? Would you hold up the severed head? Oh, when you're giving it to, like,
I mean, if now you're putting that in my head, I might.
Like, well,
I might hold on to it.
Yeah, hold
and
it
then
like
at the
football.
end of the ride, be
like
like
Larry Fitzgerald.
hold it by the hair and be like, hey,
this one landed on my lap.
Somebody lost this. Somebody lost their head.
That's a horrible thought. And what is it, Mary?
I don't know where I'm going.
Just go. How do you not know where you're going? We've done this
Keep going
twice.
straight.
Go straight.
Yeah, these fucking roundabouts are stupid.
That'll be the last roundabout.
Maybe.
No, it'll be the last one.
I think there's like two more.
Mary's confused. Well, it is confusing.
Fuck roundabouts. Keep that shit in fucking England.
No. So, all right, hold on. We're veering. So, when I was reading about all this, though, and I was reading about these deaths and these tragedies, something else came up that I found out, and that is that so many people request for their ashes to be buried or to be spread in Disneyland that they have their own little task force to go around the special vacuum to clean up these ashes. That's what when I read it, I could barely.
No, this has got to be the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
No,
There's that many people dumping ashes,
Yeah, can you imagine how many people visit Disneyland a year?
and it's that fucking great that people want to be dumped there.
People are weird. I don't know. People are weird. You know,
Maybe it's because the people that have died have never been to Disneyland. And,
they think, here we go. So then, hold on,
I
I got to do something with that.
I'd imagine that may have something to do with it. Levi, were you just drinking a beer?
No, never do that. Not in a moving vehicle.
So I mean, that's my theory on it. If there's so many people wanting to be, it's because they've probably never been, instead of being like, oh, this is where I want to.
Right.
You
so
know what
like,
I mean?
Will you do this? Is my lap?
Right. I've never been to Disneyland.
Will you go bury my? Or will you take my
Right.
ashes?
Right.
And you know where the number one spot for these ashes, where the request is?
Where are they?
The Haunted Mansion.
It's ridiculous.
I think it's awesome.
Why?
If you're gonna be buried, if you're gonna your ashes can be spread anywhere, why not?
Well, I guess I mean,
It makes the most sense in my mind.
you don't follow your fucking dead body around for eternity, right? Like,
You don't know that doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't.
Go on, you spend the rest of your life in the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland?
Spend the rest of your life,
Or the rest of your
fucking
eternity?
hole 6 feet underground. Fuck that, man.
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's true.
That's
I don't know how any of that works. I don't know
well,
why.
we're gonna find out
Someday. I don't know. I think we should have been. Anyways, so
It's more for the living than the dead.
it is exactly what it is. So the funeral service is more for the living than it is for the dead, right?
Right. Well,
Look how
it's
green
a-
that pasture is down there.
It's a.
Look at that down there.
Dude, I wish my pasture was that green.
Wow, that's amazing.
Someday it might
I
buy
mean,
some place up here.
so the other thing that I found out
I'm gonna buy that place.
in researching these anomalies that happen in or around Disneyland was that Walt Disney was accused of being a part of the Illuminati, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean,
well, when you're that rich, once you start making that,
I don't think you have a choice.
right? Once you start making that Jay-Z money or whatever it is, or whatever it is, I don't know what kind of, I don't know. I'm poor as hell. I'm working class.
Imagine if Tupac was still alive. How rich that guy would be. Right?
Oh, right. Can you imagine?
Fuck
Shit, many
me,
Christmas.
dude.
I'm still uploading his album.
Oh,
still
dude.
buying
Yeah.
T-shirts or whatever.
Yeah, and somebody's making money off it. It's
Somebody
not
is.
him.
Yeah, it's not him, unfortunately.
Poor
But
guy.
Walt Disney,
He died in my hometown. I'm sorry to interrupt.
he died in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
Poor guy.
And Biggie Smalls died in New York City?
Yeah.
I don't know either. I'm more of a West Coast guy.
Yeah.
But,
let's go.
They're accusing oh, that guy's trunk just came open. Holy shit, that was crazy.
Pulled over and popped his trunk.
I don't know. What do you think happened, Mary?
I was moving my air vent. I didn't.
Loser. So,
Pulled over and popped his trunk.
Walt Disney was accused of being a part of the Illuminati, right?
Okay.
So in the Disneyland theme park, they have a lounge called Lounge 33.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? I've talked to you about this before.
Yeah.
Right. So Lounge 33, and so like that's where he would have these like Illuminati meetings, where he would invite all these people from the Illuminati to come sit and enjoy whatever the Illuminati does. I don't know.
Which is odd because the Freemasons,
Right.
their highest level of like knowledge is the 33rd degree. Like that's as high as you can get
In the Freemasons?
in the Freemasons. They actually yeah, like level 1 and 2ers, dude, they're just
Right.
regular Joes. Fucking they don't know shit, dude.
Right, but like, so the number 33
So-
constantly.
So the higher you get, the more you will
Oh right,
know.
I would imagine. Yeah, you're after so many levels,
Right.
you can see aliens in the future, whatever.
It's a big syndicate, man,
Right.
really.
But what I brought up was the number 33, and like how this number just keeps on like repeating itself. When we were at Slide Rock,
Slide Rock, the fucking the cabin. It was cabins that were built there.
Yeah,
1933.
1933. And then when we went to the diner with Scott and Lee, they asked us where we wanted to sit, and Scott said, "We'll sit there back in that corner booth." And while I was sitting there eating, I noticed that on the window there was a sticker, a decal facing the street, and it was the number 33.
And it was on Route 66, which is 33.
Yeah, it was on Route 66. Yeah, you're right.
And twice.
Twice. So the other thing
If you do your math, guys, you'll know.
So I was started researching this number 33, and it was saying the human body or the human vertebrae has the human spine has 33 vertebrae.
That seems like too many.
No, but I know I agree. I thought the same thing.
Do we got to tell or what?
No. It's 30. It's 33.
Where is it all?
33. I don't know. But I researched.
I think like 18 maybe.
I was thinking like 20. But what I actually researched and found out that there was actually there's 33.
You think that has anything to do with
I don't know if it has anything to do with anything.
Wow.
But,
what a fucking weird number.
The Apollo 3.
Wait a second. Don't you have a fucking...
I've got the number 33 tattooed on my arm.
Now why?
Because of the Smashing Pumpkins song. And then...
Yeah, was that song...
It's a really sad song.
But was that song...
It has nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
No. And I'm curious now, if I ever got to meet Billy Corgan, I'd ask him. But, so the other thing that got brought up, because I'm researching this number 33, right? And I found out that Pope John Paul III,
okay,
after he retired his religious endeavors, he died 33 days after retirement.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God.
That's just insane.
The third Apollo mission, they were on the moon for 33 hours.
What is this, man?
I don't know. I don't get what the number 33 is, but if you just punch it, you pop that in your Googleizer.
Are we in the Matrix right now?
We might be. I'm just saying that the number 33 comes up.
How long have we been here? It's the question. It's the question. This is all simulated.
I don't know. I don't get why or how the number 33 keeps on circulating or what.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It's wild and it's weird. But that's
what year was it when you guys were 33?
I was 2015 or 16, I think. Why?
I was just curious.
What do you remember?
So fucking rich. Well, 33. Let's see.
How old?
Gonna be 40 this year.
So 7 years ago. What was the year 7 years ago?
Oh, it'd be 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I was about
2015?
2014 or 15. Yeah, I was 30. I think
I was just a little younger than me.
I went to Ireland when I was 33. Really? That's that number just keeps on getting brought up over and over again. One of the things I wanted to do was on this episode we're driving home is I wanted to tell you the story, and I know you've heard it before, but I know our listeners haven't. At least not all of them have heard the "I murdered the daughter" story.
Ah, yeah.
And I don't know if you know everything about the story.
It's classic, but don't tell it more than once.
Dude, I know it's a long story. I mean, we got a long drive, so we're just outside of Strawberry, Arizona, and we're gonna make our way.
It does have a shocking.
Oh, it's like probably the craziest situation I've ever been in my life. So when I was living in Houston, Texas, I used to work for. It was like a subcontracted. It was a mortgage company that subcontracted us. SCVMS, and I don't even know what the acronym stands for, but they contracted us during the big Fannie Mae buy. Remember, it was buying homes just before the bubble.
So like you kept up on the property, like
right. So if somebody, because there were so many homes being built in that time, and I don't know if they still are, but in Houston right now, these suburbs were sprawling forever in every direction, right? So if somebody lost their home, my job was, and our job was, me and this guy I worked with, our job was to go to these homes, and one of the things it was wanting to make sure that there wasn't anything that people could choke on or poison themselves with, and that was like one of the things that we did. We used to go in, it was something that so that the mortgage company couldn't be sued if somebody wandered in there and drank gasoline or sniffed turpentine and fell down and hit their heads. And it's stupid because that's what all these rules are. They're stupid.
There's just gasoline laying everywhere.
Well, when somebody's evicted from their home, they leave all kinds of shit.
Right.
Like overnight, So like that was kind of our job, was going to make sure that nothing was left in the house that anybody could hurt themselves on. And plus, so like the homeowners association was, we kept on the property. So we'd mow the lawn, we'd keep the grass levels, clean, so that way everybody else in the neighborhood who didn't lose their home, their property value wasn't going down. Dude, that car was coming straight
that
on.
was on my side of the road.
Why was it doing that?
I think it came out of here.
Oh shit, that was scary. Jason, did you see that?
I
I was really confused.
So
I'm ready.
Anyhow, in this time, this company I worked for, ended up working with a guy named Tayson. Tayson.
Okay.
Like Jason with the T.
You're right. I got a guy at work.
But but it's Taysom.
Oh, with an M.
But I always said Tayson, and just because it made the most sense.
Right, because you missed me.
I missed you, Jason, all the time. So this guy Tayson, he was like,
I bet you didn't fucking think of me once.
I don't know. That was a long time ago. I mentioned it crossed my mind. But so this guy, he was this like older black guy. He had like this receding hairline, and he was from the Dominican Republic, and he spoke Spanish with a Jamaican accent.
A Jamexican.
A Jamexican.
Jamexican.
And he was like, because like you spend enough time with anybody in a vehicle like we did. We were just in the cab of our truck. You get to know people pretty well. Even if you got nothing in common with them, even if you don't have any, like, you spend enough time with anybody, you learn a lot about who they're from.
Well, you have to start to talk like him, so...
Yeah, I never got the accent. No, I never.
No?
He'd have to order my Mexican food, though, at taco stands to get exactly what I wanted. But I remember asking him about his origins. Like,
I'd be talking like him. It would be too contagious, man.
Well, I didn't want to be disrespectful. I didn't want to treat his situation like it was some kind of joke.
Are we being pulled over?
I thought we were. It's really scary.
Thank fucking God.
Right?
This would be hard to explain.
Officer, listen, it's a podcast.
Listen, you don't understand. It's a podcast.
So this, so me and Tayson, we get pretty close, right? I'm like, well, Tayson, what's your story? Where are you from? And he's telling me, I'm from the Dominican Republic. I grew up there. And his life in the Dominican Republic was so interesting. He talked about, I guess they moved from the Dominican Republic to New York City when he was like, I don't know, 10. So the first 10 years of his life he lived in, and he said that his family was considered some of the Upper Acklins of their neighborhood because they had a couch.
Acklins?
Like the Upper Acklin, like they were considered like.
Never heard of that fucking word before in my life.
Really?
Acklin.
Yeah, like the stages of society. So he was like
hierarchy.
Yeah, hierarchy. So they were of the higher Acklins because a Christian there was like some what are they called, missionaries found them a couch and gave them a couch. So they were like considered to be like they were moving on up because
they had a couch.
They had a couch on a dirt floor. Like it's like a little shack with a couch. And then,
man, what's simple living?
Yeah, right. You think about that. Like
we live beyond our means.
What? Wildly beyond our means. It's unbelievable,
man.
Especially when I talk to people like that. And he'd say like these hurricanes would come in and they would just decimate these communities. Like once every 10 years, we'd get these big storms out there, and then they would just rebuild, and that's how they would live their lives. But he did tell me some crazy ghost stories. He said that because they're very much into like
Santeria and shit.
Yeah, witchcraft and whatnot. I don't know enough about it, but
you don't know nothing.
Not about that. So he said that one of his aunts passed away, right? And then his aunt used to practice Santeria or witchcraft, like in New Orleans, like whatever. Nala. So he said that it was like 2 days after his aunt passed away, he was sitting up on the couch, and it was about 3:30 in the morning, the witching hour. So 3:30, which is also a
33.
33, yeah. A derivative of the number 33. And
the witching hour.
What do you need, Matt?
Just shut the fuck up.
Wait, let's not move anything, please. Can we not disrupt anything for now? because we last time. Actually, here, Matt. And
Check.
mic check. So he's telling me that outside of this house, a little shanty there in the Dominican Republic. Matt, just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, man. We're trying to get through this.
We love you, Matt. Matt's been nothing but amazing on this whole trip. Matt, do you have anything? You want to add anything right quick?
I'm going to sleep.
You going to sleep? You're gonna go to sleep during the podcast?
We're
Right.
fucking us out.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of movement. So anyhow, he said that he's on this couch, right? And he's missing his aunt. He's crying, and it's about 33. No, sorry, it's about 3:30 in the morning. Oh, there seems to be a horrible accident here. It's a fireman.
Oh my.
Wow, stay in this lane, I guess, sweetheart.
Oh man.
Wow, I wonder what happened. Hold on,
Doesn't look like much so far.
No, there's a fire truck, and oh, is that a bag? It's a jump bag.
I don't see any cars.
That car must have gone off.
Oh.
Oh, look, there's a helicopter too.
Oh!
They went off the cliff.
Dude, that's a fucking far
Wow.
fucking jump, man.
Wow.
All up there
Those-
too. I just seen an ambulance.
Those guys are
And then look
fucking-
at there's a helicopter there recording everything. You see him over here on the right?
What if we get out right
Let's not do that.
podcast down at the scene?
Wow, that's wild.
I'm not carrying that fucking table down there.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll take the table down there. I hope they're okay. I hope whatever happened is.
Throw the table
They're-
down there.
Let's see. Do you see that helicopter still? That was wild. So anyhow, so Tayson's inside of his house in this, and he says that
Somebody died. It's not funny.
they had. We don't know if they died. We don't know anything about that
I'm
situation.
pretty sure they're dead.
What? How would you know?
I'm just
What
saying.
are you, a detective?
Look at this
Look
guy.
at- this guy's going down there right now in the
Yeah.
ambulance.
Oh, look, and there's a helicopter.
Wow, yeah.
No kidding.
It's
So
not a good scene.
something happened. Certainly something.
Somebody just ran
Copper
the
Canyon
fuck
fireman.
off that fucking road, man.
Somebody drove off the cliff. Look how low that helicopter is. Look, Jason.
Oh shit!
Yeah, look at that. Can you see that, Matt?
Landing.
It's landing.
Holy,
Dude, that helicopter's going to land on the road. Are we about to see a helicopter land on the road right now?
no,
Ladies and gentlemen, are
he's
you
probably
sure the
got a pad
podcast
right there.
a pad? On what? We're up
Off
on
the road. That's why it's landing way over here instead of over there, because that's probably the closest place it can land.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
I know I'm right about
We
it.
should probably be thankful that they didn't. Ooh, look at that. Holy shit, dude, look at that helicopter. Wow. Wow.
And all these guys are like, "What are you talking about? I can't see nothing."
Right.
Oh, guys.
Oh, well.
Oh my
Oh,
God! It
it's
is on the road.
What is that? Oh, that helicopter
Oh,
landed on the road.
Turn this fucking camera around.
Can you turn it around, Mir?
Just don't.
I don't think you
I
can.
don't think so.
But try and sliding that up.
No, yeah, she'll get it on her view. I can see the blades going. man.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. So we're
We're
gonna
gonna be here a while.
we'll go ahead and post this on our the YouTube channel so you guys can see. We can't see anything because we're right behind a tree, but that helicopter landed right there.
As long as it's.
Oh,
not
it's just taking
huge-
off, Mary. Get it. Look it.
Whoa.
He probably was picking up somebody. There's a truck down here.
Is there?
Whoa.
Oh, that's really neat. That's really neat. Wow,
Those guys are badass.
they are really cool.
Wish I was a helicopter pilot.
You could be.
No. No.
So,
Drink way too much, man.
yeah, you can't be a drunk helicopter pilot.
I'm barely a mechanic.
Wow, I wonder what's going on. But since we're here, we can continue with this.
Right. Okay. So.
So Tayson here-
Santeria.
Santeria. So his aunt, he's missing his aunt. This is a story he tells me. He's missing his aunt. It's about 3:30 in the morning, and around 3:30, because he also believed in this 3:30, the witching hour.
Really?
Yeah. It's.
Okay.
I don't think it's a local thing. I think that
It's worldwide.
worldwide. I do believe.
It's 3:30 somewhere.
3:30. It's got to be 3:30 somewhere. And so on this night, he said that he was he was crying, and they didn't have like a front door that latches. It was just like it was almost the way he explained it. It was just like bamboo almost, or like, whatever could
Like beads.
Yeah, drape from. They would just they would give a threshold from the outside to the
Ocean
inside.
shells.
Yeah, and so he said that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But he said he was sitting there and outside the house.
Like
Down,
I said,
they had this little pathway where through the grass, and at the end of their little pathway there, he heard his aunt saying, "Tayson, Tayson."
That's just too creepy.
And he got up to kind of investigate, and he said his mom heard it too. His mom says, "Tayson, don't go out there. That ain't your auntie. That's the devil. He's trying to draw you out."
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
I
he's
have something to add to that.
what's that?
That's kind of big in other cultures too. So when you were little and you were like in your room or playing, did you ever hear your mom call your name? And your mom never called your name?
Yeah, but I always felt like that was just because I didn't want to miss a beat, so maybe I'd hear things.
That's known, and I want to say natives and the
I think people
other
more.
cultures. That's you're
Wait,
not
I think
supposed
people
to
more
answer that.
connected to their environment
Then they realize.
hear more than we do.
Right.
We are so like TV.
Right, we're so
everything.
tuned on it.
So we just like we're not susceptible to that shit.
Well, sometimes we are.
Sometimes we
Like
can be, I
3:30
guess.
in the morning.
I guess,
Right.
but I think that that we're very numb to the world.
No, I would agree. I could agree. I can get on board with that. But Tayson, so like that was something he told me what it was like to grow up in the Dominican Republic at that time, and he said there was no electronics, like there was like nothing really, especially in his household. He said he had to like go to town just to hear like radio stations, like, and at this time like I can't remember what year he said it was, but just to hear like American music, they would like go to listen, like somebody in the neighborhood or somebody in town, like in the city center, somebody would have like a radio, and they would just go and listen to American music. Like it was or British music, or rock and roll, or whatever. And you know what? He did tell me even then. This is like back then. He told me that he was much happier.
Well, yeah. I mean, all our society does is stress. Put stress on you
all day.
Yeah, you
Work
gotta
harder.
do this. This is what's expected of you.
By this age, you should be here.
We are really we're slaves to
this idea, this indoctrination
to the idea.
Right.
This is freedom.
Right.
This is not freedom.
Right. But we're veering.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because
Yeah.
I just want to talk about Tayson. Actually, I asked him. I said, so where did you go from the Dominican Republic to this United States? Where did you live? And he said, we actually moved to Brooklyn. It's like New York City. Like, wow. So what was it like? And he said, it was amazing. He said, like, just the smells. Like, there was restaurants on every corner. Everything was so accessible. He said that he actually ended up getting a job in the World Trade Center when he was, when he was about like 16, 17 years old. He was a mailroom guy. So he would just like take mail from one office to the other and from one floor to the other. And he loved it. He was also obsessed with python snakes. So it is like he had his own little apartment there in Brooklyn, and it was basically a terrarium for him and his snake.
Right.
So like the snake would go where it pleases. And so Dick Tayson used to tell me that he would keep the snake, he would wear it around his neck, and then he would wear his trench coat over it. And so he just carry this, he would walk around with a snake everywhere, right? And he said like he liked to like jokingly like scare people. He would take his jacket off just to like frighten people. And he said one time he's walking down the road and a baker had like a bunch of trays of bread. And this is like at night, right? And the snake protruded its head out from underneath the jacket as they were passing each other. And
like the snake was.
It's a python, you know.
Yeah.
So it scared this guy enough that he threw his bread up in the air, as Tayson told me, and ran out into traffic and was pegged. Boom! Hit by a vehicle, and then he got up. The adrenaline was enough, and he ran down an alleyway. And Tayson said he never seen him again. He just went and carried on with his night.
Yeah, he got free bread.
I don't know.
I'd be picking that shit up.
Right.
Fuck yeah. Brooklyn.
And
Brooklyn bread. Fuck yeah.
Brooklyn bread. So he said that like Sosa got around the 80s, or maybe it's like late 80s, early 90s during the .com boom. So like he said that the guys that he worked with, he worked for in the World Trade Center, that during Christmas time they'd give him like $2,000 bonuses because there was so much money being poured in. And he said what he would do is he would count on that every year and he would take it and he would save it and he would disperse it throughout the year, and that's how he was able to live somewhat comfortably in Brooklyn and with his snake. And him and his snake.
Gotta feed the snake. Gotta feed it.
And I found out like through like just talking to him, getting to know him, that like because at this time we were living in Houston, this guy knew where to get everything. Like, dude, he had an idea. He had his hands in everything. He was your go-to guy. Dominican.
The fucking moved to Brooklyn.
And now he's living
now
in Houston.
He's in Houston.
Right.
And he knows
everybody. And he was working.
This guy's a busy guy.
Dude, he has amazing. Well, he had from what he told me, he's
a hustler.
Dude, yeah, and I remember like so the guys that I skated with, like some of them in Houston skating with some of these guys. Some of them were black. Not that it matters, just paint a picture. But they were from the hood. So like from time to time I was like invited into the hood, with these guys I skated with. And I remember like being on the block and like I would see like Tayson. What the hell are you doing here? What are you doing in the wards? He's like, oh yeah, I'm here doing this and that. He was everywhere. He always had his hands in like.
Yeah, it sounds like he's older, right?
Yeah, he was older than me at this time. Yeah, now I have no idea how old he is now.
In his 40s.
At that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like now he's probably like closer to like his 50s, mid 50s, 60s. But and he always, dude, if you needed anything, like anything, his phone is always ringing.
Well, what's his number, man?
I don't know, because this is a time before social media, so I have no idea where this guy is. But we worked pretty closely together, and I remember this is a time when I was really into music. I had a band going. Our drummer ended up. This guy told me one of the worst stories. Like when I think of worst case scenarios, this guy named Rob. It's always a Rob.
It's always a Rob.
Was telling me a story that one of the worst case scenarios I ever heard in my life was this. This guy says, he shows up.
I just thought of something though. You got robbed.
You got robbed.
It's a bad fucking situation.
It is.
Like,
if you're getting robbed,
you done got robbed.
You got robbed. And this guy, he didn't show up to band practice one night. And everybody was curious, like, are you all right or what happened? And he said, you want to know what happened? The next day he came over all squeaky voice, like, you want to know what happened to me? He's kind of a loose cannon, this guy. He said, I'm in traffic, and this guy ahead of me, he's supposed to be turning, but he doesn't turn, so I'm blowing the horn. Get the hell out of the way. He had diarrhea, so he's trying to get to this house. And he said that whenever he what are you seeing, man?
Helicopter again.
Oh, well. So he said that the guy that was ahead of him was this like loped out Mexican guy in a tank top, huge, tatted from head to toe. Shorts and the long socks.
Yeah.
Gets out of the car, walks up to the window, chokes Rob with his own seatbelt with one hand, and continues to punch him unconscious with the other. And he fucking shit his pants while getting beat unconscious. Then his fucking car ran out of gas or it died while this is happening in the middle of traffic. So this guy's, after he's done beating him unconscious, gets in his car and drives off. Well, Rob's there and he's got to like get out of the car with shitty pants, no gas. I don't know if it was gas. I don't know what the problem was, but he had to like push this. just when I think of
just the worst day ever. I just got my ass beat in traffic.
Shit my pants in front of everybody. It's the middle of the day, he said.
I couldn't get home. I'm out of gas.
I had to push my car with shitty draws into a gas station. The worst. So this guy, he was one of our drummers for a minute, and he's telling me that he ended up losing a drum set in something happened. Right. So he says, we need to find a drum set. I can't remember why he lost a drum, but it was a big issue. And I remember I was at work. It was a Friday night, or it was a Friday, and me and Tayson were driving around Texas. I told Tayson, I said, you know where I could find a drum set? And he goes, he's doing one of these numbers. Just scratch his chin. Drum set.
Where have I seen a drum set?
He says, he snaps his fingers. I know where I can get you one. All right, where? He said, after work, let's go park the company truck. Then we'll take your car out. It's like he said, it's north of Lake Conroe, so that's north of Houston. He said it's kind of hard. It's a distance. It takes a while to get there, but I know that he said like a 7-piece Tama drum set. So like he knew his shit. Like I was like, oh,
so you were convinced.
Oh yeah, like okay, well he knows his shit, so he's gonna get this drum set. So after work, it goes as planned, right? We meet.
Still laughing. Oh, shit.
The guy getting the shit, literally the shit beat out of him.
I don't know what I'd do in that situation.
You do. Well, you want to be honking it like cholos, you know? Don't put yourself in that situation.
It's totally true. Do not do that.
If you got diarrhea.
All right.
Where's my mic?
Mic check.
Oh, here it is. So he's like, all right. So it happened exactly as planned. Me and Tayson go back to my house, or we drop off the company truck. We go to my house. I got a little red Nissan Sentra, 5-speed, fucking 4-cylinder. You know, like, dude, that thing was. Oh, dude, you could drive it. I never changed the oil in it one time, and it still ran.
Just add. That's all you gotta do, guys. Duh.
Coming from a mechanic.
It'll burn out the old shit.
Burn out the old, bring in the new.
You might need to get an old pump every once in a while.
So we're in my car, right? So all right, so you're gonna take the 45 north, follow till you get out of town, right? I'm just listening to what he's saying, and we're good friends. We're talking the whole way, and we're like getting way out of the city. And Houston goes forever in every direction, and so I'm like driving, and we're like getting we passed Lake Conroe, and we're driving, and he's all right. You see this exit right here? Go ahead and take it, and you're gonna go underneath the bridge. Okay, so we take this. We're getting so far out of town that there's no radio stations anymore. It's just buzz.
Not one fucking station.
Not one. So I actually just shut it off. And the only thing that's lit up now in the car, the only thing that's lighting up is the LED screen. So it's lighting up Tayson's face and my face, and we're just talking. Talking about whatever. Houston Astros this, and whatever, Houston Rockets that, and Houston Texans this. So we're getting to, we're out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, are we close, at least in the vicinity? He said, all right, you see that little country, they call them like country roads, SRs, I think, what it is. He said, that country road, go ahead and hang it right there. All right. There's still paved, right? So I'm like, all right. And I'm like, no, we're driving for a minute. And I'm like, we're driving for about 20 minutes on this road. He goes, all right, so see that road coming up right here? It's going to be a stop sign, hang another left. So now we're on this road for like 10 minutes. I'm like, dude, where are we? Like, we are so far away from everything. He said, and off in the distance, you can see. So you see those lights out there? It almost looked like Disneyland. Like there was like the gas lamp, like type.
Lamp district fucking.
Yeah, and then between each street light or lamppost, there was like Christmas lights hanging from it. It looked like Disneyland. He said, now when you see it, just go ahead and hang a left down that road that's lit. It's the only place that's like, it's like the only, everything else is pitch black. I'm like, okay. It is like cobblestone. So hang a left, like,
Awesome.
yeah, right. And I'm like, what road is it? Where are we going? It was like Narnia. Like, where are we going? He goes, what road is this? He said, no, we're not on a road. He said, we're on a driveway. There's somebody's driveway?
Fucking a driveway?
Yeah, we get to the end of it, and there's like a roundabout, right? And in the center, there's like a fountain and water. Nothing. But like the house that's in.
Way too ritzy.
Oh, dude, way out of my. Yeah, I'm like, holy
fuck,
shit.
You're in the wrong fucking hood, man.
Absolutely. A black guy and a brown guy? You know, we're not exactly. I don't know. I fell out of my element.
No, is he black?
Yeah, Tayson. Yeah, totally. Yeah, he was a black guy.
Well, I'm just imagining him really brown.
No, he was like legitimately black. Like
no shit.
Yeah, with a Jamaican accent. Like he spoke Spanish.
Dominican Republic.
Okay. So,
go on.
In this roundabout, we get to, I said, whose house is this? And he says, you ever see that lawyer on TV and on the billboards? And he takes his hat off and says, we'll wrangle justice for you. You know, that's his slogan. I said, yeah. He said, this is his house. That's where that guy's house? That guy's got a drum set? What?
For sale?
Like, how do you even know this
Right
guy
now?
like that, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure? And
Oh, yeah.
you know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when we come around the roundabout, on both ends of the home, I never see. The house is ill lit. There's not one light on in the house, right? In this house that I could see. My headlights splash across the house. I never see the two ends of the home. That's how big this house was.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. So we parked the car.
It's not a house.
No, it's a mansion.
Yeah.
It's the biggest.
It's
I don't even know how many stories it is. I never even seen any of that. Tayson, I think we're walking up to the front door. I thought we were walking up to the front door. I said, no. We'll go around the backside. And I'm like, man, a black guy and a brown guy cannot just willy-nilly walking around into people's properties out here in the South. Like, we're going to
Texas. Are you fucking nuts, man?
We're going to get shot. We will get shot, and we won't even make the news. So he's like, no, watch, trust me.
Yeah. We won't even fucking.
It'll be a
we won't even make the morgue.
Right.
We'll be buried out
here somewhere.
God damn, dude.
So he says, all right, well, here, follow me around. So there's like a little breezeway, between there's some buildings, there's like somewhere in this house, and he takes me in this little breezeway, and he says, all right, he opens a door and just enters the threshold of this home. And you know what it's like to walk into a house that maybe you shouldn't be in.
Right. You're not invited in. You're just entering in somebody's fucking house, dude.
You know that this is somebody else's domain.
Oh, man.
It's completely
this is Texas. Are you fucking insane, dude?
No, it was completely pitch black, too, right? And I'm like, oh, my goodness.
Hey, white boys won't even do that.
Yeah, much less a black guy and a brown guy. It's a dangerous precedent.
Yeah, they don't care what color you are. Just please enter my house and I'll fucking kill your ass.
And that's Texas.
Like,
so we walk in. He shuts the door behind us. So now it's like pitch black. And I can hear him like, Jason, what is this? Like, I'm whispering. No, it's okay. And then I hear him like at this like opposing side of the room, and he knocks on what sounds like a door. Ding, 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 ding. And a light comes on from underneath this door. I could see that, and I could see 2 foot, like, there's 2 feet on the other, and the door opens. And it's this guy standing there in his underwear. And
so he's like me.
Yeah, just like you, right?
Just like me.
And they see each other, and they get excited. Oh, Jason, I have not seen you in so long. And this guy's telling this. He's, I've not seen you in so long either, boss. And they're hugging, and they start telling stories. Boss. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
I didn't take that into. I hadn't even thought about that till right now. He said, boss, I've not seen you in so long. And they're like, you remember that time that we went down to Havana, Cuba in that airplane? We're blowing fucking coke off those hookers' asses. You remember that? And he's like, I do remember that. I said, remember that time that we were at that park and we seen those gangsters feed that other guy to an alligator and we watched it? I was like, holy shit, like this. So all I could think is like,
alligator.
Should I be here?
Alligator.
Am I getting fed to an alligator? Yeah, I'm just here for a fucking drum.
You gonna watch this again? Repeat.
Yeah, right. I was thinking, like, my mind started going that direction.
I'm the fucking bait right now.
Yeah, it's just like some sick game. You drew me into this so you can kill me in some sick way.
Yes.
So, the guy now has turned on a light in the room that we were in. It's a library. I'm looking around like, wow, dude, we're in a library. I mean, it was like the most books I'd ever seen in my life, like law books and old.
Just fucking.
Oh, walled. I mean, but it was like a circular. It was like circular shaped. There was like a cylinder shaped room. And there was like library. There was books everywhere. And and so I'm like, I kind of approached Tayson like, hey, you wanna ask him about? And then as I'm talking to him from the same doorway, so now this guy's out of his room, and I recognize him from billboards and commercials. That's the guy. That's the guy. And
in his underwear.
In his underwear. No cowboy hat. I think he did find I think he put on a cowboy hat.
Put on a hat.
Yeah, in his underwear. And
fucking classy guy.
He says, from the same doorway though, there stands a woman. and she's like, she looks a little older. She looks a little maybe like she's lived. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Been around.
she's not wearing much, and she's like, oh, to me, who are you? And my name's Levi. She's like, where are you from? And the first thing that I could think of was Tucson, so because nobody knows what Safford is.
Right.
So, I'm from Tucson. She goes, oh, my daughter, she's living in Tucson. She's gone missing. I'm like, what?
Gone missing.
Yeah, I was like,
Gone missing.
That's what she told me.
She's in Tucson, but she's
Gone missing. While she was in Tucson, she's gone missing. So she had moved from Houston to Tucson, and while she was in Tucson, she's gone missing. They couldn't find her. Hell, I don't know. I just everything. My brain just trying to keep up with everything that's
Right,
thrown at me.
I'm just trying to
for our
make sense
listeners.
of this.
Yeah. So she's like, "But can I show you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So she's like, "Come here." So she takes me into this room where they just came out of, right? And it's this at this time. So it was like the early 2000s, like all this modern furniture, like what flat screens weren't big yet. So
Right.
like big screen TVs and
Heavy motherfucker.
oh, dude,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Carry those things around.
Yeah, 500.
Backbreakers,
down.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nobody wanted them because they didn't want to fucking move.
and they were fucking horrible quality. The quality,
it's not that
the
good.
definition was awful.
Yeah.
But they were expensive at that time.
Yeah.
And so the woman but by the way, the whole bedroom is trashed. There's like fucking Taco Bell wrappers and like it's disgusting. And I don't
Right. For a place of
like,
that statue,
right.
like you would expect, not that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she takes me to this like really big, like it's like an oak dresser, right? And she opens it up. She takes up the top drawer and slides out like. She's like, look at this, and I look in this dresser drawer, and there's like a mama cat with a bunch of dead kitties that were like at one point like feeding off the teeth.
They were all dead.
Yeah, the mom was the mother cat was barely alive, and I remember like it picking up its head and like looking at me like help me.
You think maybe she like kept the mama from getting water? And
Oh, maybe I don't think she understood like the situation.
Right.
I felt like I was like, yeah.
God.
So she picks up a dead kitty.
It's
and
horrible.
And she's like petting it. And she's like, "Do you want to hold one?" And I was like, and I could smell, the decomposition of any living organism.
Man, that's
it starts.
horrible.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, I'll be okay, thank you."
It's the worst thing I've heard all day.
Yeah.
Like,
And then there's on top of this dresser, there's like a picture of a young girl. She's like, "Oh, this is my daughter." So she like picks it. This is her.
Oh, I saw her last week. Fine.
I didn't. I can't remember what I said. I just like all I was trying to do was not be in that situation at that moment. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back out here with them because we're just here for something like specific.
Keep my eye out.
Right. Nice cats. So I leave the room and I go back out there and I'm like, hey, Jason, are we good on the drum set? Are we gonna do? Kind of just drop a hint. And so they're like, oh yeah. So he says, hey boss, your son Dave, is he still selling that drum set? And the guy does exactly what Taysom was doing in the beginning, like scratching his chin. Drum set. Because you know what? We might have one.
It's ridiculous.
Mary, is this story ridiculous?
That's a ridiculous story.
It's a little bit. It's a great story.
It's a good story, but it's ridiculous.
All right, keep going.
So he goes, well, let's go look. So now where the gentleman and his girlfriend or whatever had exited their room, there was that was the entry to like a hallway. So now the lawyer and Tayson and I, it's like a Congo line, right? Going down this dark. No light is on except for at this point the light in that room and then their bedroom light.
Right.
So the hallway is completely pitch black. They're walking, and as I'm following them, I'm looking behind me like, we're just going into the abyss. Like this is darkness, flat darkness, and like every maybe 12 feet or 15 feet or whatever, there'd be like a bedroom door, closed. You know, and like
With a little light coming.
no,
out.
there was not. I
No?
could just see like a doorknob. Or,
No.
Yeah, none.
Oh man.
And then
All that
it-
wasted room.
dude, well, I don't know what's in those rooms. I don't know what's going on in there. But as we were like, it felt like a Stephen King book.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
Every single instinct in my body was firing off. Right, get out of the situation. Don't be here right now.
Fuck are you doing? Stupid asshole.
Moron. So the as we're passing one of these doors, they open up real quick. All right. And a guy's standing there in his underwear. I don't know why anybody has pants on in this house, but nobody's got pants on. He's in his underwear and he's wearing a like white T-shirt with Bart Simpson on it. And he's like, "Cool your jets, man," or something like that. You know, like one of those old slogans. Don't eat my shorts,
Get
whatever.
banned.
Whatever. So whatever he says. The old Bart Simpson. And he looks me square in the eye and he says, "Have you seen Dave's keys?" I was like, I don't know who Dave is. And then I'm walking, you know, following these two. I'm like, I don't know. I'm following them. I don't know who Dave is. And
Dave just showed up.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not even. So all I know is that Dave
actually Dave is a kid. Huh?
that owns the drum set.
Okay.
So me now the lawyer and Tayson and me, we're still walking. We get to this hallway and there's
Sounds like an acid trip.
dude. Seriously,
Hell,
I can imagine being sober in that situation.
Ah, dude.
So the door open. We get to the end of this hallway and there's a door and it open. We go through it and now we're on he flicks on a light and now we're in a kitchen, and it's like this beautiful kitchen, but much like the room, it's destroyed. It's like dirty dishes and
right.
this big beautiful island with all this shit all over it. And we walk through the kitchen. Then we walk out of the kitchen. We ended up in a garage, and it was like the most amazing vehicles I've ever seen in my life. I seen for the first time in my life. I seen a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. It was parked.
Like how old?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
I don't know. It was old enough for me to catch my attention.
Right.
They go, holy shit! I only see this in magazines. Right. So I'm like, I come from a working class, like half white, half Mexican family. So I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna get a chance to do this. So I just touched it, just like I did the Batmobile or the motorcycle. Just touch it. Why not? Touch it. I've touched a Rolls Royce. So.
Yeah, fuck you, America.
Yeah. So and there was like in this garage there was like all kinds of shit. Like it was a Rolls Royce. I seen like I don't know. My brain was trying to like take it, but I remember like there was jet skis and a boat, and it was like the ceiling was high. So there's all kinds of shit in there, right?
Yeah.
Then we walk out the back of this garage, and then now we're like in a courtyard where there's like a swimming pool, and like the opposing side of the room or the part of the building we just come out of, it looks like they built like an apartment building. It looked like in my memory, and now it's slipping now because it's been so many years, like a 2-story small little apartment.
Okay.
That maybe they built. It looked like maybe they built for like family members that were visiting or a kid staying with them. So we go into the bottom of it's the bottom half of this, and it's a kitchenette. The bottom half. It's like a kitchen, and there's like a spiral staircase that goes up to the second story. So we go, all three of us, we're walking up the spiral staircase, and the lawyer is leading the way, and Tayson behind him, and me behind Tayson. And the lawyer goes, "Whoa, wait a minute, I forgot something." So now we're walking backwards down the spiral staircase. And he goes down to the kitchen, and he opens up a drawer, and he pulls out a meat cleaver. I mean, this thing was like, it was a fucking, it's like something out of a Halloween film, right?
Right.
So, and he inspects it. He's like, holds it up in the air like,
making sure it's all sharp.
This'll do. And he puts it in the backside of his underwear, like a gun or a pistol, right? So now we go back up the stairs. We're walking up the spiral staircase, me and this.
So we need a meat cleaver to get to the drum set.
Whatever, yeah. That's apparently he felt like this was necessary to get this meat cleaver. So we get to the top of the spiral staircase, and there's like I don't remember exactly, but there was one door I remember specifically. I don't remember like what else was up there. Like was there a platform or a small hallway? I don't remember, but I do remember the door. And immediately this lawyer starts knocking on the door. Dun 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 dun. And from the other side, a light comes on, and this voice comes, from the other side says, "Fuck you, Dad! I don't want you. I told you to leave me alone. And then the dad says, come on now, Dave. We just want to come in there and ask you a few questions. Fuck you, I said.
What?
Yeah, and the lawyer's like, we're just here for a drum set. He's like, I sold that drum set. You sick piece of shit. He's like, Dave, I'm coming in there anyways. So then he pulls out this fucking meat cleaver from his underwear. He starts fucking picking at this. Yeah, he uses it as it like to get in. He's like pushing it. He's got like his shoulder into it, right? So like there's all this weight. There's like him and Tayson and me, and I'm like beyond curious. I'm like in it. So there's my weight too, you know. And he's like picking at this door, and on the other side the kid's like, "Stay the fuck away! Stay out!" Finally, that lock gives, clack, and we all come rifling into this room, right?
Oh, just the scene, dude. Just
Straight nonsense.
first of all, you're with the owner though, so
Yeah, well, I'm
you're
good. I'm good.
You're good.
But we walk into this room, and it's like obviously like a teenager's room.
We'll
like-
beat this kid's ass.
I didn't know what was gonna happen at this point, which I was fucking feeding off because I was at that point in my life, like I loved that. Like what I didn't know what was gonna happen. So we get in this room, and you could see like there was like a part of the room that was semi-clean, where you could see where there was like under the weight of a drum set, it like the carpet had been the impression, yeah. It's like, okay, I could see where there was once a drum set, but there's no longer a drum set.
Yeah, where is it?
Right. So Jason and the lawyer, they're kind of doing this number, you know. They're doing this one. And they start talking about whatever, like, yeah, cocaine's gone up in price and this and that. I'm like, what? You know, it's like, okay, I'm all right. We don't have drums. I'm like, where the fuck is this kid? Where's this kid at? Like, where's this?
Never saw him.
Never saw him. So I'm like, as these two are talking, yeah. So like, I go to the bed, you know, and I look underneath. I'm violating the sanctity of this kid's room for my own curiosity, right?
Fucking searching for something.
Yeah, I like look underneath the bed. There's nothing. Right? I'm like, okay. So then like there's a closet, and I go up to it, and I actually open the closet, and I like spread the clothes, like, hello.
Where are you, man?
Nothing, right? And I'm like, now my brain, and there's no windows. Yeah, there's no
Not
windows.
one fucking
I didn't
window.
see one. Now I do want to say, now there was like I noticed there was a restroom, and I noticed there was like one of those like strip, like it was like long window that could be opened sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like maybe
Maybe
a foot
oh,
tall,
man.
and then it was like 3 or 4 feet wide or whatever. I don't know the exact
Okay.
dimensions of this thing. But I walked in this restroom. I thought this kid's got to be in here. So I open up this door, you know, like all the way, and hello, and I see that the shower curtain's closed. So I'm like, I'm reaching for the shower curtain, and I fucking slide that shower. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You never saw this fucking
Never
kid.
saw the kid. I heard him.
You never saw him
Never
once.
seen him once. And I'm not trying to turn this into a ghost story because I don't know what happened. I'm not saying that like, oh, he was a ghost or a ghost or whatever.
Well, no, I mean, his dad was talking to him.
Right,
mean,
I heard the whole
God,
conversation.
God,
I don't know who the kid was or the guy was looking for
Maybe
his
he had
keys.
like a fucking safe room or something.
Something. That's my
Like,
only. That's what helps me sleep at night. Is maybe it was like he had like a speakeasy exit
He
or
was
something.
up on the fucking roof, like,
Something.
yeah.
So now at this point, my all of I would say like my whole entire nervous system shot. Like I'm done.
Right.
In every way imaginable.
Right.
So I go to Jason like, hey,
Anymore.
yeah, I'm just gonna kill
Yeah.
over and die.
Right.
So I'm like, can we just go? I'm not trying to be mean, but it's late and we still got to drive all the way back to Houston, and
No, we're going to get coke. No.
we're gonna go fly down to Havana, Cuba. So, okay, and he was not polite about it. Oh, okay, we can go. And so we say our goodbyes, and we walked back down through this house and the way we came in through the spiral staircase across the
Like this whole adventure.
yeah, this whole adventure. We get to the library where we're at. You know, they say goodbye and they say, "Nice to meet everybody." Yeah, you know, kind of.
Kinda.
So we go,
Bye.
we get back in my car, and we're driving, back down the cobblestone. And we get back on the blacktop. Me and Jason are saying a word to each other. I'm fuming.
Right.
What's up, Mary? What?
This fucking truck.
Behind you?
Holy shit, dude. We just probably saw like another crazy ass accident.
Where?
Dude, this truck behind us almost went head on with that. Dude, that was crazy. You all right, Mary?
Yeah, I just slowed down and then he got behind me. I didn't know what he was trying to do.
Well, fuck
I'm
him.
okay.
All right.
If he wants to die, that's his problem.
So we get back in my car. Me and Tayson aren't talking because I'm like kind of irritated about the whole situation, right? Well, finally we start getting close to the freeway, and Tayson finally opens up. Goes, so what'd you think? Said about what?
About what?
The whole fucked up situation is pretty fucking ugly, I think. He goes, yeah, it's pretty wild. I know they're a pretty crazy bunch. I said,
truck?
yeah. Oh, look at that.
This lady's mad too. Every time they do it, her hand goes out the window.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
we were just held up for fucking 20 minutes.
Because of a car accident.
Because of a car accident. You fucking idiot.
So Jason says to me, he says, well, did you see a picture of the data? The data.
The data.
Yeah, you see a picture of the data? And I did. I thought, well, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah,
So-
the old lady told me.
Well, what do you think? I don't know. I'm just so scared right now. I said, why'd you have me in that situation? That's fucked up. Man, it was a very scary ass situation. Why would you do this?
You start blowing up at him.
A little bit, yeah. Like, don't fucking ever take me into a situation like that ever again.
I thought we were cool, man.
Yeah, what the hell's this? So he's like, you didn't, but the data, what'd you think? I said, yeah, I don't know. She was cute, I guess. He says to me, I murdered the data.
What? What?
I murdered. Uses the word murder. Murder. I murdered the daughter.
No, man.
Swear to God.
No.
And all I could think,
So did he kill her?
well, hold on.
Oh, she's missing.
Exactly. In Tucson, right? I'm like, holy shit. She's not missing. She's fucking dead. And
dead.
Jason killed her, and that's why he brought me out here. There is no drum set. He's going to slaughter me.
Yeah.
And all I can imagine is like this meat cleaver fucking getting stuck into my neck. Right? And I'm like, this is it. This is it. So I, at that point in my life, I'm strapping young lad. I take my fucking elbow, like the people's elbow.
Yeah.
I stick it in fucking Tason's chest. I say, you murdered the daughter?
You're driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. You murdered the daughter, you sick fuck? Yeah? Huh? And he's like, yeah, I murdered the daughter. I'm like, yeah, how about this? And we're getting closer. There's like a fucking semi on the freeway coming towards us. I said, all right, I want to kill both of us. How's that sound? So now I'm getting oncoming traffic. These lights are getting brighter, and this guy is fucking panicking. Oh, what are you doing? He's trying to take my elbow off his chest. I said, you murdered the daughter, and you're going to murder me next? Fuck you. I'm imagining I'm going to be on like the first 48.
Oh, man.
Yeah, or like Unsolved Mysteries or something.
Right,
I'll just kill both of us. Fuck you. Fuck that. We're all going to die. How's that sound? Murderer? And he's like, stop. I said, well, you murdered the daughter. He said, no. I'm from the Dominican Republic. What do you say, murder? I murdered that pussy. I fucked the daughter. She's in rehab in Tucson.
I murdered that pussy.
Dude.
First of all, guy, we're gonna die right now.
I almost killed both of us.
Language barrier.
Language barrier. Man, is that the fucking word you're going to use right now? That's the word? You couldn't say you wailed out or beat it up or like, you didn't tell me you murdered that? Good Lord.
Beat the shit out of those
Right.
guts.
Beat
Like,
those guts up. Use anything but murder in that situation. It does nothing.
Right after all that shit.
After fucking all
you're
that creepy
telling
shit that just happened. Yeah, it was crazy. Look at these fucking cyclists all the way out here. You guys are out of your fucking minds.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots, man. Who does that?
And then they put up all these memorials for these guys. We never seen it coming. You never seen it coming.
You know why? When I ride a bike and when I walk on the opposite side of the road. You know why?
Yeah, because you're
So I could see it coming.
Yeah, that's illegal for bike riders.
No, I know,
yeah.
I know that,
Right.
but I'm gonna fucking do that.
Yeah.
Because fuck you, I'm not gonna be fucking hit by some asshole
From behind? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
No,
cartwheeled into the
No.
air?
no, it should be illegal that way.
When I was younger, that's how I was taught to ride my bike.
That's exactly how I was taught too. My dad said, always make sure you can see the
Right.
opposing traffic.
Right, and that's just common fucking sense.
Yeah,
man.
well, it is, but there's not a lot of common sense floating around.
Dude. Yeah.
So when
ride,
they wrote
ride with the fucking traffic. No,
Why?
fuck them, man.
Well, I could see I want to see what's happening. But anyhow, that was the I really wanted to tell that story, and I hope it's not too offensive. You think it's too offensive?
No, they beat that pussy up. I guess. See, it's funnier than fun.
So is it? Well,
I'd like to see the picture of the daughter.
No, I can't remember now, but I do remember like sliding in the grass after because the fucking semi, right? We barely miss it. And I go like sliding in the grass. I'm like, dude, don't fucking. Why would you say it? So I'm like, the whole drive home, we're just giggling because we all almost died. You know, like we died a very tragic death. You know, we're just like, just a nervous jitter laughs.
So how long afterwards did you work with this guy?
I worked with him for about another week, and we seen each other on Monday, and we laughed. Man, we just seen each other and started laughing. And what's crazy though is the following week he left. We never seen him again.
Really?
Yeah, we went back to his house, and at this time in his life he had a snake. I don't think it was the same snake. I think it was, or maybe it was. I don't know. But the snake, and then he had like a bunch of birds. And I remember we went to his house and we like looked in the window. All of his animals were gone. Like everything else still there, but all of his animals.
Probably moved out to the fucking house, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
What was the reason all those people were in the house?
Oh, I learned later. Yeah, thank you,
So
Mary.
it was all family, probably.
Well, I learned later that the woman that showed me the dead cats.
lady,
She was she inherited a bunch of money from like she was a direct bloodline of like a conglomerate company, and I can't remember exactly. It was like Polaris or Colgate. It was one of those like major American companies, and she inherited. She was also in law, but while she's already wildly successful, somebody had given her like it was like something like 20 million cold ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so somebody passed away, and so she inherited all this money, and then she took this cold hard cash and she put it in a sack, and then fucking hid it in that mansion somewhere, and then she picked up a drug habit, and her drug habit got so out of hand that she forgot where she put the money. So what I was told is that guy was looking for Dave's keys. It's all these like this rotating door of people flying in and out to come and stay with their family when they're
trying
to find the money.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know.
Dude, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know how true that is, but man, it was
Fuck, man.
it was such a wild experience.
Sounds wild as fuck.
Yeah, and I actually got on Google Earth before and like try and find it again, try and find the property. Nothing. I can't find the property. I can't find it. I've looked multiple times.
They paid to have it.
Maybe after my visit, they said the guy got too close. I don't know.
Looking under Dave's bed and shit.
Yeah, looking under Dave's bed. Who's
This guy's looking under Dave's bed.
No, he's not.
We better Google Earth this off our shit.
Do you have anything to add to this episode?
No, dude, that was fucking awesome, man.
All right, Mary, do you have anything you want to add? Anything you want to say hi to Lee or Tom or Scott?
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
We love you guys.
Dude, you guys are coming to the farm, whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, for everybody, I believe this is episode 10. Scott's episode will be episode 11. We're very thankful that anybody that's listening to us. Shout out to the Cowboy Coffee Podcast. We really look forward to being on your guys' show.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. All right, guys. That's all we have. You guys have a good one. Mary, you want to clip that?